This is where I sighted him, my lord, on this camera. After identifying the dressing code. After his arrest, my lord.
Is it zoomable?
Yes, my lord.
Can you try to zoom it for court?
So at that point, my lord, you see the suspect with the black bag, putting on the black glasses, the sunglasses. This camera is installed at Gaba Bypass Road. As you're coming towards Wentz Medical Center. It's about 1 kilometer from the scene of incident, my lord. That is the opposite camera, now showing the suspect on a border, heading towards the scene, my lord. From there, my lord, it was at 10:16. The next activity you see is the victims being brought to Wentz Medical Center, my lord, at 11:20.
Kati awo akatambi kali kakalaga abaana abo abali batemulwa ku ssaawa 5 nga baleetebwa ku ddwaliro eyo ku ssaawa 5:2.
The first victim was brought at 11:20.
Era victim yasooka yaleetebwa ku ssaawa 5:2.
Second victim was at 11:22.
Nga victim omulala owookubiri wali wamaze okuyitawo eddakiika 2.
Then the third victim was at 11:24.
Omulala yali bamuleeta ku ssaawa 5:24.
My lord, that is the first victim as you see here.
Nga yoyo victim asooka nga bamuleese.
Was rushed to the emergency room. The same person returns. One was carrying the first victim.
Era omuntu oyo yali asitudde omwana oyo n'akomawo.
At 11:22, my lord, that is the second victim.
Ku ssaawa 5:22 ne baleeta victim omulala oba omwana omulala.
That is the third victim now being brought at 11:24.
Nga era omwana yali owookusatu nga naye aleetebwa ku ssaawa 5:24.
My lord, that is all about the footages at Wentz Medical Center and all the movements of the vehicle, my lord.
Thank you so much. Can we resume our seats?
My lord, that should be it from the witness.
Miss Sarah or Mr. Kumbuga, who is going to cross-examine, how long do you think it will take? Because I wanted us to have a health break. Okay, let's have him cross-examine and then we can take a health break. May I please have my exhibit? May I please have my exhibit?
Hey, the flash.
Yeah.
Can you return the flash report? Or you wanted to? No.
Want to cross-examine him on it? No.
Just cross-examine.
Okay.
Good afternoon, officer.
Good afternoon, my lord.
On your findings at 5-6,
That is page what?
page 8/41,
Page?
8.
Yes, on page 8,
5-6.
5.6, right?
Yes. Private cameras at Renewal Circle located behind the scene of the incident were not operational during the morning hours of 2nd April 2026, but resumed recording at 12:52, 22 hours in the afternoon. Were you given any explanation as to why these cameras were not operational in the morning hours?
My lord, since I interacted with the system myself, I established there was a power breakout at that time.
abuuziddwa ekibuuzo nti ku kamera za renewal sako ez'obwannannyini nti lwaki kamera ezo zaali tezikola mu ssaawa ez'okumakya wabula zaddako wakati ssaawa 6:52 ye n'agamba mu kuzuula kwe yali yazuula nti ekiseera ekyo ssaawa amasannyalaze gaali tegaliiko.
And are you aware that was the time that the alleged incidents occurred?
Yes, my lord.
Then from the recordings, the camera recordings, were you able, if even you zoom, that is on the first, were you able to identify a face? Could you identify any face from the camera recordings?
Which camera recordings is specific?
The one from first, throughout, from the time the vehicle was moving, Toto Chibuli, all throughout on first.
I think the question is, were you able to identify the face of the person that was driving that vehicle?
That vehicle.
From the cameras at Renewal Circle and at Shell, I was able to identify you.
As I was watching the video, it was too dark for any of us to identify. We
Maybe
could not
that,
even identify
maybe that was the viewers from the screen and the light effect, but it's clearly seen in my laptop.
Mr. Mwaganya, do your colleagues have a copy of the flash? Do they have a copy of the flash?
No, my lord.
I think you need to give them a copy. later, even when they are doing their submissions. Any more question?
Just one now. From your analysis, when he was driving throughout in your camera, could you identify that the driver or any of the drivers in those vehicles could have a mental illness just from seeing the cars move?
That is a very strange question to a CCTV
My lord,
analyst.
maybe what I can say
Yes.
is that the driver was very conscious and observing traffic regulations, could stop at the traffic lights to show that the lights are red, not allowing him to proceed. And once they go green, he was able to proceed and he could not knock anyone on the way.
yabuziddwa nti oba yali amanyi nti ekiseera ekyo amasanyalaze gataliiko ekikolwa ekyo ekyali kyakolebwa, n'agamba nti yali akimanyi, n'agamba nti yali yakozesa, ne bamubuuza nti recordings ze yali yeekebejje mu nnaku z'omwezi nga lumu ogwokuna omwaka guno, nti oba yali yasobola okubeera ng'afunako feesi ey'omuntu oyo, n'agamba nti ye ng'akozesa kamera za renewal sako n'eza share okusobola okutegeerako omuntu oyo. Lawyer w'omusibe n'agamba nti ye okusinziira ku katambi kalabe wano mu kkooti nti ko kabadde nga kaliddaako oba nga kaddugavu nga talaba bulungi, n'amuddamu n'amugamba kirabika kibadde kiva ku light oba ku kitangaala ne maybe wabadde atudde. Nayongera ne bamubuuza nti okusinziira ye mu katambi ako yali asobola okutegeera nti drive oba yalina obuzibu ku bwongo bwe. N'addamu n'amugamba nti okusinziira drive oyo oba suspect oyo engeri gyali yavugamu emmotoka eyo yali agivuga bulungi, ng'era ku bitaala nga wekibeera nga kikya red, nga drive oyo ayimirira nga wekiraga green oba kiragala nga drive oyo agenda, ng'era yali tatomera muntu yenna.
So, my lord.
Any re-exam, Mr. Mwaganya?
No, my lord.
AIP Odong, thank you so much.
Much obliged, my lord.
Could we take a health break of 15 minutes and return at 1:45?
Kkooti egenda kuwummulamu eddakiika 15.
We shall be more interested on page 2. Upon you being requested, as per the request letter, what did you do?
My Lord, as the action officer, the action I took upon receipt of the request letter
Yes.
was visiting of the scene in company of the investigating officers from Kabalagala Police Station, visiting of the scene in company of the investigating officers from Kabalagala Police Station to identify the presence of any private CCTV cameras around the scene of incident, my Lord.
Repeat that, please.
Visiting of the scene in company of the investigating officers from Kabalagala Police Station to identify the presence of any private CCTV cameras around the scene of incident, my Lord.
Yes.
My Lord, I also conducted a mapping exercise. I conducted a mapping exercise to determine the availability of CCTV cameras. Mapping exercise to determine the availability of CCTV cameras along the suspected routes used by the suspect to access the scene, my Lord.
Interpretation, please.
agambye ku peegi esooka mu alipoota ye yali annyonnyolako ebyo ng'asinziira ku bbaluwa eyali yamusaba okubeera nga yeekebejja obutambi obwo. Then ku peegi ey'okubiri yali annyonnyola we yagenda ku siini ebikolwa ebyo we byakolebwa, ng'era ku siini eyo yali yagendayo ne abasirikale abaali bakola kunoonyereza abaali bava ku poliisi ye Kabalagala okubeera nga bategeera kamera ezaali mu kitundu ekyo ebikolwa ebyo byali byakolebwa. Era n'agamba nti no yali yeekebejja alabe kamera ezaali mu bitundu ebyo ne ebyali byakozesebwa suspect eyazza emisango egyo.
So after your scene surveillance and mapping exercise, what followed?
My Lord, I accessed the police intelligence video surveillance system. I accessed the police intelligent video surveillance system. To assess the availability and coverage of police CCTV cameras within and around the scene, and to track the suspect's movements, my Lord.
Interpret.
Agambye era ekyaddirira yasobola okubeera nga yeekebejja zi kamera ezo ezaali eza poliisi okubeera ng'azuula ebifaananyi kyebyo bye zaali zikutte mu kitundu ekyo ewali wazzibwa emisango ekyo n'ebitundu ebyali byetoolodde awamu n'okubeera nga batrackinga ne suspect oyo we yali ayita buli wamu.
Okay. So what did you discover in respect of the private and police surveillance camera coverage at the scene?
My Lord, with the private cameras at Renewal Circle,
Where was Renewal Circle?
My Lord, Renewal Circle is located right behind the scene of the incident, my Lord.
Yes.
My Lord, when I gained consent to the system at Renewal Circle, I retrieved CCTV footages. Which I later analyzed. Upon analysis, I found out that the suspect drove motor vehicle RAV4, which has the number plate indicated in the report.
Where is the number plate indicated in the report for the court's record?
My Lord, in my actions taken, 2.4, line 2.4.
Just refer us to the page and paragraph number. Paragraph 2 point.
Paragraph 2.4 in page 3, my Lord. It has the registration number, which was established.
Let's take down the registration number. First.
agambye ye kwebyo bye yazuula mu kamera ezaali ez'obwannannyini ne kwezi eza poliisi, naye nga mu kusooka ku kamera ez'obwannannyini ng'asoose ku kamera eya Sacco Renewal esangibwa emabega w'ekifo ekyo ewaddizibwa emisango egyo, nti era ng'amaze okuba ng'afuna ebbaluwa ey'endagaano kwabo aba Renewal Sacco, yasobola okuba ng'afuna obutambi obwo, oluvannyuma n'amala n'abwekebejja n'azuula nti mu butambi obwo suspect oyo yali yakozesa emmotoka ng'akozesa emmotoka ey'ekika kya RAV4 eya number plate esangibwa mu alipoota ye ku page eyokusatu.
So you say you analyzed the Renewal Sacco camera and found that the suspect drove that motor vehicle. Yes?
My Lord, I established that motor vehicle's registration number plate.
Yes.
Through the police CCTV cameras.
No. Well, can you just complete? Had you completed? You analyzed and found that the suspect drove motor vehicle RAV4 with that registration number?
Yes.
When?
That was in the day prior to the incident day. And I was able to identify the features in that motor vehicle, my Lord.
You identified the features of the motor vehicle?
Yes, my Lord. After identity of the features through the Renewal camera footages, I now went ahead and conducted analysis on the police CCTV cameras. Analysis on the police CCTV cameras.
For what purpose? First?
The analysis was to enable me enable me establish the registration number of that vehicle? And to have its movements tracked, my lord.
agambye nti suspect yasooka n'avuga emmotoka eyo emabegako nga mu kifo ekyo era n'agamba nti no yasobola okubeera nga akozesa kamera za renewal sacco okubeera nga yekebejja emmotoka eyo suspect gye yakozesa mu kifo ekyo era n'agamba nti yayongera n'akozesa ne kamera eza poliisi okubeera nga zimuyambako okumanya namba plate y'emmotoka eyo n'ebifo byennyini emmotoka eyo bye yali etambuliramu.
Wouldn't you have established this through the renewal camera?
The registration number plate could not be established at the renewal camera footages. So I went ahead to use our police cameras along Gaba Road, that is Gaba Trading Center. Cameras along Bunga.
Go slow, please. The number plate could not be established at renewal CCTV camera. Why?
Why?
It was because of clarity issues. Clarity. They were not so clear to show the number plate. And their resolution effect is too low, my lord.
So what features did you manage to recognize using that renewal camera that aided your further investigations?
My lord, I was able to see features like the spare tire, which was behind, and the color of that specific motor vehicle, my lord.
The color and what else?
The spare tire, which is behind,
Okay. So you say after getting those features, you went to the police cameras.
yes, my lord.
Tell court what you discovered with the aid of the police cameras.
My lord, with the aid of the police cameras, I was able
Okay,
to...
okay, let's, there's something I missed earlier on.
Yes, my
It's
lord.
about the places. There was Kabalagala, there was
Oh, okay.
The places were Gaba Trading Center, Bonga,
Gaba, Bonga,
Kawalagala,
yes.
Lugogo, and Nakawa, my lord.
agambye nti ku kamera za renewal sako yasobola okubeera nga ategeera kala ya emmotoka eyo suspect gye yakozesa n'okuba nga ategeera nti emmotoka eyo yalinako omupiira gwa speya emabega n'ayongera n'agamba nti yakozesa kamera ezaabwe eza poliisi okubeera nga ategeera emmotoka eyo mu bitundu ku kkubo ly'eggaba road n'eggaba trading center ne bunga ekabalagala erugogo ne mu bitundu by'e Nakawa.
Yes.
you can proceed.
So with the use of the police cameras, what did you...
I was able to establish
out.
the registration number plate of that vehicle, my lord.
And upon establishing the registration number plate, what did you do?
It aided me in the tracking of the movements of that motor vehicle, my lord.
Okay.
that was in the day prior to the incident day. Tracked the movements of that motor vehicle in the day prior to the incident day, my lord.
Okay.
And by the officer, if you feel like sitting down, please, we can offer you a seat.
Thank you, my lord.
Would you like to sit?
It's okay, my lord. I can stand, my lord.
Okay.
agambe oyo yali ng'akozesa kamera ezaabwe eza poliisi yasobola okubeera nga ategeera oba ng'azulako enamba plate y'emmotoka eyo yali yakozesebwa n'abeera nga emuyamba okubeera nga atrackinga amakubo emmotoka eyo ge yali eyitamu olunaku ng'ekikolwa ekyo tekinaba kubeera nga kikolebwa.
Okay, now take court through what you established or observed.
My lord, upon tracking that motor vehicle movements, the police ANPR camera captured it on the 1st of April.
Okay, repeat that. ANPR.
Yes, my lord.
Okay.
The police ANPR camera captured that motor vehicle on the 1st of April, year 2026, at 10:17 minutes and 15 seconds. Being driven from Chanja towards Chisasi, my lord.
In what paragraph is that observation made in your report?
My lord, that paragraph is under my observations in paragraph 4.1 in page 4.
Interpretation?
agambye nti ye bye yazuula ng'atrackinga emmotoka eyo amakubo ge yali ekozesa ng'akozesa kamera ezaabwe eziba zisobola okubeera nga zifuna namba plate y'emmotoka eyo nti ku lunaku lw'omwezi nga lumu omwezi gw'okuna omwaka guno ku ssaawa 4:17 nga kuyiseko n'obutikitiki 15 yasobola okukwata emmotoka eyo nga yali evuga okuva mu bitundu by'ekyanja ng'egenda mu bitundu by'ekisaasi ng'era ebyo byonna bye yazuula yabikola mu alipoota ye nga bisangibwa ku peegi ey'okuna. Criminal Session number 132 of 2026, Uganda versus Christopher Okello Onyum.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, my lord.
Please speak through the microphone. What's your name?
I am Detective Assistant Inspector of Police, Mutaka Jim.
Is that microphone working?
You're going to speak a bit louder.
My lord, I am Detective Assistant Inspector of Police, Mutaka Jim.
Mutaka.
Mutaka. Mutaka Jim.
How do you spell Jim?
Jim.
How old are you, sir?
32 years old.
And what is your religion?
I'm a Muslim.
We're going to affirm and answer some questions.
English.
You know how to swear?
Yes.
Okay, you can swear.
I, Detective Assistant Inspector of Police Mutaka Jim, solemnly affirm that the evidence I shall give touching the matter now before court shall be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Mr. Mutaka, you say you're 32 years. What do you do for a living?
I'm a police officer attached to Kabalagala Police Station as Division Senior Crime Officer.
You're going to speak a bit louder.
Next one. Okay.
For how long have you worked at Kabalagala as a soko?
9 months. 9 months.
And for how long have you been working as a soko in police generally?
For the last 4 years.
What are your duties as soko?
As a senior crime officer, 1, I process any scene of crime. In processing, I mean I document the scene of crime, load the sketch, recover exhibits.
We are going to remind you that we are writing, so be mindful of that fact. Just repeat that.
My role as a scene of crime officer, I document the scene of crime.
You document before you visit?
I visit the scene of crime. I process the scene of crime and document it.
Yes?
I recover exhibits from the scene of crime.
Yes?
I draw the sketches at the scene of crime.
Yes.
I ensure that the exhibits recovered from the scene of crime are handed over to the respective investigating officers to be delivered for analysis.
And how do you document?
By documentation, I mean I document by taking photographs at the scene of crime. and also by note taking.
Okay.
And lastly, by sketching.
Interpret.
yagambye amannya ge ayitibwa Mutaka Jim ng'era alina emyaka 32 nga musiraamu, era nayongera n'agamba nti musirikale wa poliisi ng'akolera ku poliisi y'e Kabalagala, nga ye omirimu gy'akola ye musirikale wa poliisi abakola kunoonyereza mu kifo ekyo aba waddizibwa omusango ogwo, ng'era poliisi y'e Kabalagala yakakolerawo emyezi 9, naye omulimu gw'okunoonyereza mu bifo aba waddizibwa omusango poliisi yakagikolera emyaka 4. N'agamba emirimu gye ye nga gy'akola agenda mu kifo ekyo baba waddizibwa omusango oba ku siini. N'agamba nti nno ku siini eyo afunawo ebizibiti by'abeera asanzeewo. N'agamba nti nno era akubawo sketch oba ebifaananyi bya siini engeri baba bafaananamu. N'agamba nti nno ebizibiti by'aba afunyeewo abiwa abasirikale ababa bakola kunoonyereza ku musango ogwo nayebekebejja. N'agamba nti nayongera n'agamba nti era akuba n'ebifaananyi ng'akozesa zikamera, n'agamba nti era abaako byaba awandiise ye n'omukono gwe ebyo byabeera azudde ku siini eyo.
I also do report writing and I submit them to case files.
Mr. Mutaka, how are you in position to identify reports, scene of crime reports authored by yourself?
Yes, my lord.
I'm saying how, I asked.
How?
How are you in position to identify scenes of crime reports that you authored?
My scenes of crime report bear my particulars, my names, and my signature.
In this particular case before court, what role did you play?
In this particular case, I visited the scene of crime. I processed the scene of crime.
Okay. We visited the scene of crime. Where was that scene of crime?
I want you, as you speak, you imagine you are writing your words. Otherwise, it's going to be difficult.
In this particular case, I visited the scene of crime at Early Childhood Development in Gava. I processed the scene of crime. After processing, I made a scene of crime officer report. All the recovered exhibits, after recovering them, I handed over to the investigating officer for further management.
What did you do? You made a report, and then after that?
After making a report,
Can you speak a bit?
yes. I'm saying I made a report. After making a report, all the recovered exhibits I had recovered from the scene, I handed them over to the investigating officer.
I want you to look at the document and tell court if you recognize it. Let's save time, please.
My lord, I recognize the document before me as a crime scene examination report on the alleged case of murder.
Was it made by you?
My lord, the report was made by me because it bears my signature and my particulars.
In respect of which case?
in respect of alleged case of murder, Vaidigaba Police Station, CRB 026 of 2026.
Could you please interpret that?
Agambye nti nno waba amaze akomekeza ng'akoze alipoota ne babuuzibwa nti alipoota asobola atya okutegeera nti ye n'agamba asobola okugitegeera ng'alabyeko amannya ge ne we yateeka omukono n'agamba ye ku musango guno gwennyini oguli mu kkooti yagenda mu kifo ekyo ewaddizibwa emusango ogwo ku Early Childhood Development Center Development ekisangibwa Eggaba n'agamba era ne yeekebejja ekifo ekyo kyennyini n'akola alipoota ku ebyo bye yazuula ng'era n'ebizibiti bye yajja mu kifo ekyo n'abiwaayo ku musirikale yakola kunoonyereza mu musango guno guli mu kkooti n'ayongera n'agamba nti alipoota eyo emuweereddwa yeeyo yennyini eyiye kubanga kuliko amannya ge naawe yateeka omukono gwe ku guno omusango guli mu kkooti ogw'okutta ogwali ogwa CRB namba 26 ey'omwaka gwa 2026.
My Lord, I pray to tender the report as an exit.
What is the date of the report?
My Lord, the report I printed it on the 10th of April 2026.
Who is responding? Ms. Awelo? Any objection?
Lord, we have no objection.
Agambye nti alipoota eyo yagikola ng'ennaku z'omwezi 10 omwezi ogwokuna omwaka gwa 2026 era oludda olw'omusibe ne tebakawanyiza alipoota eyo okuweebwayo mu kkooti ng'ekizibiti ky'oludda oluwaabi.
Mr. Jim, where is the date on this report?
My Lord, it was a typo.
What is a typo?
My Lord, it was a typing error.
Where is the date?
Where is the typo?
Well, it was supposed to be on the first page, but it was missed out.
So it is on which page? Doesn't have a date.
Yes, madam. Yes, my Lord.
Is it a typo or you omitted the date? Which one are you telling court?
My Lord, the date was just missed out.
It was missed out or you did not put it?
My Lord, the date was missed out in the typing.
Okay, I have admitted this report and it is marked PEX 10.
Yes.
Most
Kkooti
obliged.
ekkiriza alipoota eyo ng'ekizibiti eky'ekkumi eky'oludda oluwaabi.
Do you need this?
My Lord, he could work through our copy if court is okay with it.
Okay.
So, Mr. Mutaka, I want you to tell court what happened on the 2nd April 2026.
My Lord, on the 2nd of April
Try to
2026,
speak through the microphone because what you're saying is being recorded.
my Lord, the report, my Lord, on the 2nd of April 2026, at about 11:30, 100 hours, I was instructed by the divisional CID officer Kamalagala Detective S. James, Detective ASP S. James, to respond together with the homicide team to a crime scene of suspected murder
Where was the crime scene?
at Early Childhood Development Program Daycare Center at Gaba Makinje Division in the Kampala district.
What did you do upon receiving those instructions?
My Lord, following the communication, I organized the SOCO components and kit. And the team that comprised of myself and the detective and the C. Adero Esther.
And where and what followed after organizing the team and your kit?
My Lord, immediately we joined the homicide team and responded to the crime scene on UP 00203. My Lord, on arrival,
Interpretation.
Please interpret.
Agambye ng'ennaku z'omwezi 2 omwezi ogwokuna omwaka gwa 2026 ku ssaawa 5:3 yafuna ebiragiro okuva ewa mukama we ow'Kabalagala ku poliisi ayitibwa James okubeera ng'agenda ku ssiini oba awewattibwa abaana ku Early Childhood Development Center esangibwa Eggaba mu division y'e Makinde mu district y'e Kampala. Ye era n'ayongera n'agamba nti ye bye yakola nti yafuna ebyo ebintu by'aba alina okuba ng'akozesa mu kifo ekyo n'agamba n'afuna ne ttiimu ye ng'era kwaliko n'omukyala ayitibwa Esther.
So what happened on arrival?
My Lord, on arrival, our team was engaged by the charged committee members.
Sorry?
I'm going to request you one more time
Yes.
to use the microphone. Please
My-
let us not remind
My Lord,
exactly.
on arrival, our team was engaged by the charged committee members who had turned very angry and aggressive.
Take us to the crime scene, what you did as a SOCO.
My Lord.
Okay, so what did you find? Let's complete that. What did you find at the crime scene? No, I'm not asking you to read anywhere. I'm asking you to tell court what did you find.
My Lord, on our arrival, we found a highly charged mob who are very angry and aggressive with the intention of reaching the suspect.
And where was the suspect at that time when you arrived?
My Lord, the suspect was already arrested and was already in the sentry box or the guard house.
Did you establish who had arrested the suspect?
My Lord, the suspect was arrested by the security guards of Gaba Community Church.
So take court to your observations at the scene, your personal observations at the scene when you arrived.
My Lord, observations and the crime scene examinations.
Where did you include that in your report?
It is on page 5, my Lord.
On page?
Page 5.
Paragraph?
Paragraph 4.1.
What did you observe at the scene?
My Lord, observed that the primary scene was at Early Childhood Development Program daycare located along Ogaba Community Church.
Why do you call it a primary scene?
My Lord, we call it a primary scene because part of the deceased bodies were not at that point.
Why is it a primary scene to you?
It is a primary scene because it was the seat of crime where the incident happened.
Proceed.
Please proceed.
Thanks, Madam. I say that the primary scene was at Early Childhood Development Program daycare located along Gaba Community Church Lane, Gaba Makindya.
Interpret that, please.
agambye nti ye ne ttiimu bwe baatuuka mu kifo ekyo nti basangawo abantu ng'olwedde bakambwe nga bo banyize dda nga baagala okubeera nga batuuka ku suspect oyo eyali olwedde yali akwatiddwa ne baggaadi abaali bakuuma ekifo ekyo abaali abagga ba community church era ye bye yazuula mu kifo ekyo kuba ku siini eyo ku Early Childhood Development Center awo suspect we yali yattira abaana.
Okay, proceed.
My Lord, on page 6, I attached a photograph of the general view of the area.
Yes. Did you make any other description of the scene?
Yes, my lord. Yes, sir. The daycare school consisted of one building facing the southern direction, sheltered in a perimeter fence built using both chain link in the west and a wall fence in the southern end.
Any other observation?
My lord, access to the premises was through a gate which opens to the church road along the southern perimeter Some parts of the compound was cemented, while the remaining section has a green carpet resembling green grass. My lord, I attached a photo showing the gate.
That's on page 7?
Yes, my lord. Page 7.
agambye mu peegi ey'omukaaga mu alipoota ye yasobola okuteekako ekifaananyi ekyo kye yakuba mu kifo ekyo ekyaddekeya ku ssomero eryo n'agamba nti ekizimbe ekyaliwo kyali kizimbe kimu ng'era kyali kitunudde kyemmanga ng'era kyaliko ne fensi nayongera n'agamba nti okuyingira ekitundu ekyo obeera oyitira mu geeti ey'essomero eryo nga eggula oluyinga edda ku lwa kyaki ku kkubo n'agamba era nayo yali etunudde ekyemmanga n'agamba nti munda mu kitundu ekyo ebitundu ebimu byalina kapeti ng'eringa efaanana ng'omuddo ebitundu ebirala byolwedde baali babisementinga ng'era yateekako yakuba n'ekifaananyi kitundu ekyo ng'era bisangibwa ku peegi ey'omusanvu mu alipoota ye.
Proceed, Mr. Mutaka.
Inside the perimeter stood a building consisting of 6 rooms, of which two of them were offices, Inside the perimeter stood a building consisting of 6 rooms, of which 2 of them were offices. Other 2 rooms were resting area for the infants.
Yes.
Another room was being used as a classroom, and the last one was a kitchen area facing the west towards the area which acted as a playground for the younger ones.
Let's proceed, please. First interpret and we proceed.
agambye munda yasangamu ekizimbe nga kirina ruumu 6 oba ebisenge 6 nga ku ruumu 2 ku ezo ezimu zaali zikozesebwa nga woofiisi endala ruumu 2 bwe zaali zikozesebwa nga ruumu abaana mwe baali bawummulira then ruumu endala emu kyali kibiina then ruumu endala baali bakozesa okubeera nga bafumbiramu emmere ewaali watunudde oluuyi abaana gye baali bazannyira.
Yes.
My lord, on page 8 I attached the 2 photos showing the resting room, the interior of the resting room, and the playground plus the 2 rooms. My lord, on page 9, I observed suspected blood stains were observed at different spots on the compound.
What else apart from the suspected blood?
And it appeared dry, while some stained smears were visible on the green carpet. There were scattered kid toys all over the playgrounds. My lord, I also attached a photo showing the details.
What are the details in the photo?
The details in the photo, my lord, I have the markings of the different spots of blood stains, marked as 7, 14, 8, 5,
7,
14, 8, and 5.
agambye ku peegi ey'omunaana nga kuliko ebifaananyi ebyo ebyali biraga abaana bwe bali bawummulira ne bwe baali bazannyira ne rooms endala ziri ebbiri, n'agamba nti ku peegi ey'omwenda yalaga compound eyo mwe yasanga omusaayi ne ku kapeti eyo yasanga gwe yali ateebereza okubeera nago nga musaayi, ng'era mu bifaananyi ebyo yamaakingawo we yasanga omusaayi namba 7, 14, 8 ne walala 5.
What else did you observe?
My lord, on the veranda in front of one of the resting room was something covered with a white and blue flowered bed sheet.
What was that thing?
And on uncovering it was a body of a male juvenile found lying in prone position.
Male juvenile?
Male juvenile found lying in a prone position.
In a what?
In a prone position, prone.
Please interpret that.
agambye nti ku kabalaza okumpi ne room abaana mwe baali bawummulira yasangawo omwana omuto eyali omulenzi we yali yeebakidde oluuyi lumu.
Is everything all right?
Mr. Mutaka, just for the record, what do you mean by prone position?
Prone position, I mean, it was lying on the back side, okay, facing up.
Okay.
Ng'omwana oyo yali yeebase naye ng'atunudde waggulu.
Omwana oba omulambo?
Omulambo gw'omwana.
Okay.
Yes.
My lord, on page 10, I indicated a photo, a marked photograph of that particular body.
What is the mark?
It was marked 3.
Mu peegi eya 10 yakuba ekifaananyi ky'omubiri gw'omwana oyo yali ereda afudde n'akimakinga 3.
Did you get to identify whose body it was?
Yes, my lord. Furthermore, my lord,
Under which paragraph?
under paragraph 4.7,
Whose body was it?
said the body of the deceased was
I'm not, Mr. Witness. Now, you are not going to read. Okay. This court can read. Okay, you are here to testify.
Okay.
So avoid reading verbatim. Just follow and provide answers and explanations.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
So whose body was it?
The body was a body of Olleko Ryan.
Interpret that, please.
Agambye nti akkiriza nti ye yasobola okutegeera omubiri gw'omugenzi oyo ng'era yali omwana omuto yali ayitibwa Olleko Ryan.
What else did you observe?
The body was...
I have finished the body of Ryan.
okay.
What else?
My lord, within the compound, the different stains of suspected blood were also uniquely marked as 5, 7, 8, 9, and 14 respectively.
Which page is that, sir?
What page?
Page 13.
No, what happens with page 11 and 12?
On page 11, on page 11, there is a photo showing a close view of the body and its mark.
On page?
11.
In what state?
It was marked in situ.
This is still the body of Ryan.
Yes. Yes, my lord.
On page 11?
Yes, my lord.
In what state is that photo?
The photo was taken in situ.
Meaning?
What do you mean?
In situ, I mean before opening the body and the thorough examination. It was taken in situ before we could open it.
Situ means as found.
As found. Yes, sir.
agambe ku peji ey'okuminemu era yakuba ekifaananyi ky'omwana oyo omugenzi ng'omubiri ogwo gw'omugenzi we baagusanga.
About on page 12?
My lord, on page 12, I attached 2 photographs showing the details of the body and the details of the cutting around the right side of the neck.
Then ku peji ey'12 mulimu ebifaananyi bibiri ebyali biraga omubiri gw'omugenzi gw'omwana oyo bwe baali bamusala ku bulago ku luuyi lw'olwa ddyo.
How did you deal with the body of Ryan?
My lord, the reference blood samples were taken from the cut neck area by swabbing.
Under which paragraph do you reflect that?
That is 4.9.
What did you do under 4.9?
At 4.9, we swabbed the cut neck area and took biological samples from the body. The samples were marked respectively as 3-2 and 3-1.
Nti basobola okujja omusaayi ku mwana oyo awe baali bamufumita oba baali bamusala ne bazitwala okubeera nga bazeekebeja.
They were marked as
3-2 and 3-1.
Era sample ezo era nayo ne bazimaakinga.
Mr. Mutaka's Soko, why did you find it necessary to swab the body?
We found it necessary to swab the body. One was to lift the DNA of the deceased, and the second was to lift any foreign DNA found on that body.
you did the swab so as. Repeat that, please.
I think that there's 2 swabs were taken. One to take the DNA sample of the deceased, and another swabbing was done to lift any foreign DNA found on that body.
Gambe nti bakisanga nti kya mugaso okujja omusaayi ku mwana oyo okusobola okutegeera nti oba ogwo omusaayi gwali gugwe yennyini oba gwali gwa muntu mulala.
So apart from you swabbing the body, what else did you do?
The clothing of the deceased were marked and recovered.
Which one happened first?
The clothes of the deceased were also identified as items of evidence.
Mr. Mutaka.
Yes, sir.
Which happened first?
We recovered the clothes from the body and marked them. And
How did you mark them?
we marked them as 3-4 and 3-5, respectively.
nti basobola n'okufuna engoye ku mugenzi w'omwana oyo nazo era ne bazimaakinga.
Other than marking, did you do anything else with the clothes of the deceased?
The clothes of the deceased were recovered for onward submission for analysis.
Era nazo bazitwala okubeera nga bazeekebejja.
What else did you do?
My lord, within the compound, different stains of suspected blood were also uniquely marked.
How did you mark them?
We are marked as 5, 7, 8, 9, and 14, respectively.
Era ayongedde n'agamba n'ebyo byali biteebereza okubeera nga gwali musaayi mu bifo mu compound awo babimakinga 5, 7, 8, 9 ne 14.
Repeat the marking.
The marking were 5, 7, 8.
The marking where?
5.
Under what paragraph is that?
You want paragraph 13.
Under what paragraph is that?
Paragraph 4.11.
Mr. Mutaka, this is your report and you have it.
Page 9.
You were taking me back to page 9. I thought we were on page 13.
Yes, my lord. However, we took photos from different angles. So,
Okay.
yes.
So it is 5, 7, 8, and 9.
Yes, my lord. And 14.
And 14.
Okay.
Other than you marking the blood spots,
My lord, we respectively swabbed the different spots and the swabs were marked.
yes?
The swabs were marked as 5-1.
Which spot was marked 5-1?
My lord, the spot was marked 5, but on swabbing, what we lift from the ground, we also award it a mark, and we marked it as 5-1 from 5, from point 5.
Yes.
We marked 7-1 from point 7. I marked 8-1 from point 8, 9-1 from point 9, and 14-1 from point 14.
Agambye nti n'ebyo ebifo ebyenjawulo bajjawo sample z'omusaayi ezo nga mu kifo ekya namba 5 ne bakimakinga 5-1, then mu kifo ekyomusanvu 8, 9 ne 14 nga era we bakola ku 5-1.
What else did you do, Mr. Mutaka?
My lord, around the suspected blood stains marked as 14
Yes.
was a black sunglass. My lord, there was a typing error. It's supposed to be sunglass, not gun glass. Which we measured its length, and with a length of 14 centimeters.
Yes.
And was marked as 14-2.
Agambye mu kifo kiri eky'e14 basangawo galubindi ezaali enzirugavu era nazo ne
What did
bazikebejja
you
ne
mark as
bazipima.
14-2?
14-2 were the sunglasses which were found at that very point, marked
So-
14.
Okay, so 14 is the blood
The
spot.
spot, yes. Then the sunglasses, as
My lord,
key-
14 is the blood spot. 14-1 is the swab taken at the blood spot. 14-2 is the sunglass found at blood spot 14. Isn't it?
yes, my lord.
nti mu kifo ekyo eky'ekumi-n'ennya-1 basangawo omusaayi, then eky'ekumi-n'ennya-2 basangawo galubindi ezaali enzirugavu ze baapima nga zaali sentimita nga 11.
Yes.
My Lord, on critical visual examination, this sunglass was observed with the suspected blood stains.
Yes.
My Lord, I attached 4 different photos clearly showing the details of the markings.
How many photos are there? 2.
And on page 13, I attached 4 photos, Madam, my Lord.
4 photos of what?
4 photos clearly showing the details of the different blood spots found at the scene.
What do the photos show, Mr. Mutaka? Beginning with the first photo.
The first photo shows.
What is the first photo?
The first photo shows.
What is the first photo? It is photo marked what?
Photo marked 14.
What does it show?
It shows both the blood spot and the sunglasses.
The next photo?
The next photo shows photo marked 14-2.
What is the next photo? When I say next photo, it is you to tell court what.
14-2. 14-2 showing the sunglasses.
And what is the next photo?
Photo 8.
Photo 8. What does photo 8 show?
It's a mid-range photo showing 3 different blood spots at the scene.
Yes.
And then the last photo shows the close range view of blood spot marked 8.
Yes.
My Lord, on page 14,
Let him first interpret, please.
Agambye nti mwalimu agambye ku page eyo 13 mwalimu ebifaananyi byali 4 era mwalimu galubindi ezo ze batebereza nti kwaliko omusaayi era ze bamaakinga ng'ekifaananyi ekisooka bakimaakinga 14-1 era kwe basanga awe wali omusaayi n'ezo galubindi. Ekifaananyi ekirala ekyokubiri we basanga galubindi kye bamaakinga 14-14-2 then ekifaananyi ekirala gwe basanga ebitundu bisatu we bali batebereza nti ogwali omusaayi, then n'ekifaananyi ekyali kye bali bakubye ng'omuntu abeera asembedde ebifo we batebereza nti gwali musaayi ne bakimaakinga 8.
Proceed, Mr. Mutaka.
My Lord, on page 14, I also added other close 2 photos showing the close view, photo 5 and photo 9.
What does photo 5 and 9 show?
Photo 5 and 9 shows the close range view of suspected blood stains dry at the scene.
Mr. Mutaka, did you do anything else?
My Lord, paragraph 14.12, a black knife with 1 sharp end, black and silver handle branded Ming Feng kitchen knife was observed dumped outside the chain link school fence on the western side.
agambye nti page eyo 14 yayongedde n'annyonnyola nti kuliko era ebyo ebifaananyi bye baakubanga omuntu abeera asembedde okuli ebifaananyi ekya namba 5 n'omwenda naye nga kyali kiraga ebifo ebyo bali bateebereza nti gwali musaayi ogwali gukaze. Nayongera n'agamba nti era waliwo n'akambe already ke baakwata nga kaali wabweru w'ekikomera ekyo.
Mr. Mutaka, how did you discover that knife?
My Lord, I was briefed by the caretaker that upon
Does the caretaker have a name?
the caretaker one Feibe,
Feibe, do you know the other name?
Namutebi Feibe.
Yes.
That upon the arrest of the suspect, the suspect threw the knife outside the chain link fence.
Yes. Upon receiving that information from Feibe, then what did you do?
My Lord, upon receiving that information from Feibe, I walked through and using my visual ability, I saw the knife.
And when you saw the knife, what did you do?
My Lord, after finding the knife, I photographed it in situ.
Where the photographs reflected in your
The
report?
photographs are reflected on page 15. And I marked it 4.
You marked the knife photograph
4.
number 4.
As those two photographs, my Lord, are attached on page 15.
Okay. So did you take any measurements to determine the distance from where you recovered the knife, of where you recovered the knife from the structure or any other visible point at the scene of crime?
My Lord, I took the measurements. The knife was thrown 21 feet from the western side of the building.
From at what distance?
21 feet
From
the western side from the western wall of the building.
How about the knife itself?
My Lord, I measured the length of the knife, and it was 1.1 feet. My Lord, I also measured the width, which was 4 centimeters.
What was the width?
The width, my Lord, was 4 centimeters.
Agambye nti yayogerako n'omukozi omu yali yalabira ekifo ekyo ayitibwa Namutebi Feibe, n'agamba nti omwami oyo we yali ng'akwatibwa oba suspect oyo nti akambi ke yali alina yakakasuka wabweru w'ekikomera ekyo, ng'era ye kennyini omwami ono ali wanaawo obujulizi n'atambulawo akambe ako weekaali, era akambe ako n'akuba ekifaananyi kyako ng'era kisangibwa ku peegi ey'e15 mu alipoota ye, era ekifaananyi ekyo n'amaakingako nnamba 4, ng'era akambe obuwanvu akambe weekaali n'okutuuka ku kikomera ku ssomero eryo ku luuyi olwa kkono wali wabalibwamu fitting nga 21, then nayongera n'agamba nti n'akambe kennyini era yakapima nga kalinga sentimita nga 4.
What was the width of the knife, Mr.
My lord, the width of the knife was 4.5 centimeters. I beg your pardon.
Akambe kali centimeters 4 n'ekitundu.
My lord, we continue on page 17.
Any other observation?
My lord, while at the scene, we recovered
Asking
already.
observation on the knife or something else?
My lord, on observation of the knife,
No. The court is asking, is that observation on the knife or we are going to something else?
my lord, I was moving to page 17. Okay.
So what did you observe on page 17?
My lord, on page 17, we already recovered items by the first responders.
Yes?
Namely, number 78, 76, 8, PC or more Aaron, a police officer attached to Uganda Police 99 unit,
Yes?
at KMP South, who handed over 2 black pieces of knives, each with a sharp end and a black handle.
What did he hand over?
He handed over 2 black pieces of knives. He handed over 2 black pieces of knives. Each with a sharp end, black handles. These 2 knives had a brand name, Pigeon. With their blade inserted in a black plastic covers. And these exhibits were marked as 10-1 and 10-2 respectively.
Agambye ku peegi ey'17 mu alipoota ye, omu ku basirikale abaasooka okugenda mu kifo ekyo kye baazuulawo ayitibwa Omwa Aroni, omusirikale waabwe yasobola okusangawo obwembwe bwali 2 ng'era bombi bwali busongodde, ng'era obwambu obwo bano baali bakwata waali waddugavu, ng'era kwaliko n'erinnya eryali lisoma Pigeon, ng'era obwambu obwali buteereddwa ne mu kava zaawo mwe bubeera, ng'era akasooka bakateekako 10-1 akalala 10-2.
Mr. Mutaka, as a scene of crime officer, did you establish where PC Omwa had recovered these 2 items?
My lord,
The knives.
My lord, on interviewing Pisomwa briefed me that he recovered the 2 knives during the taking of the suspect from the sentry box to the police station.
You didn't answer the question. The question was where?
Pisomwa said he recovered them from the suspect, from the body of the suspect.
Nti ye yagambibwa omusirikale oyo nti obwambu obwo yabujja ku mubiri gw'o suspect ye mwennyini.
Proceed.
My Lord, on page 18, I attached a photo 10, with the detail of the two knives marked respectively
As what?
as 10-1 and 10-2.
ku peegi ey'okumi n'omunaana yateekako ebyo ebifaananyi ebyo bwamba obwo obubiri ng'akasooka ka 10-1 akalala ka 10-2.
What else happened?
My Lord, on Roman 2, number RA 240609, Lance Corporal Mwima Derek Bryan, a UPDF soldier, my Lord, I'm on page 18.
I'm
Proceed.
following you.
So that number RA 240609, Lance
Derek
Corporal
Bryan.
Mwima Derek Bryan,
You say he's a soldier, a UPDF soldier.
attached to detached under Kabalagala division, handed over a black bag, a black medium-sized bag, ideal branded bag. This bag was marked as X, and during the search of the bag, the following items were recovered.
Before you search, let them interpret.
agambye ng'era akyali ku peegi emu ey'18 nti omusirikale oba omujaasi wa UPDF ali ayitibwa Derek Bryan nti yali akolera e Kabalagala nti yali yasanga ensawe eyali enzirugavu era ne bagimaakingako X ng'era bye bino bye yasanga mu nsawe eyo.
Now, whose bag was it?
My Lord, on interviewing Mwima briefed me that this black bag was handed to him by the arresting people, by the security guards of the church who arrested the suspect.
Are you still answering my question? Whose bag?
My Lord, the bag, Mwima briefed that the bag belonged to the suspect.
Nti era omujaasi oyo yamugamba nti ensawe eyo yali ya suspect.
You say you marked the bag.
Yes, my Lord.
You don't just end at yes, my lord.
My Lord, on page 19, I attached photographs showing the bag and its unique marker X.
You marked it X. And then you are telling court that you searched the bag. What did you find when you searched the bag?
My Lord, upon searching the bag, I recovered a plier with a plastic red with plastic red and black handle marked as X-1. I also recovered a golden 263 padlock with 3 copies of keys attached to it and was marked as X-2.
Agambye mu peegi ey'19 gwe osanga ebifaananyi ebyo ebyali biraga ensawo eyo naawe baali bagimakinga X ng'era bye yazuula mu nsawo eyo yasangamu omwalimu magalo n'asangamu ne kufulu eyali eya gold nga kwaliko n'ebisumuluzo 2.
Did you find anything else in the bag?
My Lord, 3 strips of tablets branded Diclon containing packed in packed in blisters jointly marked as X-3.
What else did you find?
My lord, strip of tablets branded Panadol containing 3 tablets, 3 tabs, and 1 empty blister marked as X-4.
nti mu nsawo era yayongera n'asangamu obudagala bubiri bwali bumakingiddwa eclon nga yamakingako X-3, then n'asangamu n'eddagala eddala erya Panado zaalimu 3 n'amakingako X-4.
Did you find anything else in the bag?
My lord, 15 surgical blades which were still intact jointly were marked as X-5.
Yes.
A red used erudite tube was marked as X-6. A red used erudite tube was marked as X-6.
Agambe n'obwambo obwali bukozesebwa oba okulongoosa omuntu yamumakinga X-5, then ne tube oba olupiira olwali olwa kiragala naye n'alumakinga X-6.
Yes.
A black piece of brush marked as X-7. My lord, it's a black piece of shoe brush. That's a typing shoe brush marked as X-7.
Yes.
My lord, a black Velano smartphone with the IMI 1.
Black phone.
Black smartphone, IMI 1 V651W, bearing MTN SIM card line, marked as X-8.
Ayongedde n'agamba nti basanga ne brush eyali enzirugavu oba brush gye bakozesa okukuba engato n'agimakinga X-7, then ne basangamu n'essimu eyali eya smart era nayo yali enzirugavu nga munda mwalimu line eya MTN ne bagimakinga X-8.
Did you find anything else in the bag?
My lord, a payment receipt of Gaba Community Church bearing receipt number 2958 marked X-9.
Payment receipt of?
Payment receipt of Gaba Community Church bearing receipt number 2958 marked as X-9.
Agambe nti byasangamu ne risiiti eyali eyagaba Community Church, eyo risiiti ekwaliko namba yaayo eya 2958 ne bagimakinga X-9.
What were, did that receipt bear any other additional particulars?
My lord,
Record.
the receipt bear the names of Zurail Onyum. It also bear the sum of shillings, 190,000 shillings only. It also bear being payment of daycare fees plus uniform plus registration. It bear the signature, the date, and the amount in figures, 190,000.
Which date did was the receipt?
The receipt was dated 2nd of April 2026.
Agambe kwa risiiti eyo kwaliko amannya g'omwana oba Zuri Onyum, nga ku risiiti eyo kwaliko sente omuwendo emitwalo gyali 19 eza Uganda, n'agamba nti sente ezo zaali zasasotodde okubeera nga balabirira omwana oyo, nga kwaliko n'eza uniform n'ez'okuwandiisa omwana oyo, nga risiiti eyo yali yawandiikibwa ennaku z'omwezi 2 ogwokuna omwaka gwa 2026.
Was there any other item in that bag?
My lord,
Recovered.
one pair of yellow-orange hand gloves marked as X-10.
What else?
My lord, a strip of dichrome tablet containing 8 tablets and 2 empty blisters was marked as X-11.
Tebasangamu ne giraavu ezaali eza kyenvu ne bagimakinga X-10 n'obulagala eddala tablet mwalimu empeke nga 8 nazo ne bazimakinga X-11.
And what else?
My lord, a black SIM button phone, a black SIM button mobile phone with Airtel SIM card marked as X-12.
N'essimu eyali enzirugavu yasimba mobile nayo ne bagimakinga X-12.
Did you find any other item?
Yes, my lord, an empty plastic packet branded stainless steel blade with a price tag of.
You remember, I advised that we are writing.
Oh.
So what else did you find?
An empty plastic packet branded stainless steel blade with a price tag of 11,000 marked as X-13.
Basangamu n'akaveera akali nga tekalimu kyekalimu naye nga kamakingiddwako 10,000 ne bakamakinga X-13.
So how did you handle the items recovered from the bag? The bag and the items recovered from it.
My lord, all the items recovered were accordingly packaged, sealed, and arranged for onward submission for analysis.
Is there any other thing that you did at the scene?
My lord, still at the primary scene, other exhibits recovered were a stained white and red flared apron marked as R1.
Where have you gone? Which page?
I'm on page 23, my lord.
Can you just repeat what you said?
My lord, still at the primary scene, other exhibits recovered were a stained white and red flared apron marked as R1.
Where did you recover that particular apron?
My lord, the apron was covered in the restroom, one of the restroom, one of the restrooms of the kids.
Now, what do you mean by restroom? What room are you? I know it is capable of several meanings. What exactly do you mean by restroom?
A restroom, I mean a room where the young ones were taken to sleep over.
Agambye nti bwe baamala bapaakinga ebintu ebyo bye baazuula n'asiiringa era ne bayitwala okwongera okubyekebejja naye nayongera n'agamba nti ebizibiti ebirala bye baasangawo ka apron akaali aka white ne kiragala.
What else?
Era ke baasanga kumpi ne ruumu abaana bwe baali bawumuzibwa.
My lord, a yellow long-sleeved blouse also stained with blood, marked as R2, and a stained white round skirt, marked R3, were recovered from the first children's resting room at the crime scene.
Nti baasanga blouse yali empanvu waliwo neyali enyimpi empanvu bagimakinga R ey'okubiri enda eri enyimpi ne bagimakinga R ey'okusatu.
My lord,
Did you establish whose items these were?
My lord, these items were recovered from the caretaker, one Namtevi, Feibe,
Okay.
nti ebintu ebyo byali byafunibwa omu ku bali balabira ekifo ekyo yali ayitibwa Namutebi Feibe.
Other than that, did you recover any other items?
My lord, inside the office of the head teacher, one receipt book of Gaba Community Church was marked V2 and recovered.
Nti munda mu ofiisi ku basomesa yali akulira abasomesa baawo basangamu akatabo ka risiiti era ne bakamaakingako vitu.
What else?
My lord, the team later proceeded to Wenzi Medical Center, Gaba.
When you said a team, you mean who?
My lord, when I said the team, I mean I myself plus other circles whom I was processing the scene with.
Okay. So
and
you
detectives.
went to?
We proceeded to Wenzi Medical Center, Gaba, a secondary scene where 3 victims were conveyed, but later pronounced dead.
Okay.
Agambye oluvannyuma bagenda ku sine yali ey'okubiri ku ddwaliro erya Wensi esangibwa Eggaba gye basanga ba victim 3 oluvannyuma gye bamanya bagamba nti baali bamaze okuba nga bafudde.
Mr. Mutaka, why did you baptize this secondary scene?
My lord, we called it a secondary scene because it is where other 3 bodies were found. By the time of visiting the scene, other 3 bodies were already conveyed at Wenzi Medical Center.
So what did you find at that medical center?
My lord, on our arrival, we were received by Dr. Rwanga Timothy and ushered into the emergency room of the hospital where we made the following observations.
Nti bye bazuula ku ddwaliro eryo omusawo ayitibwa Rwanga Timothy yabaaniriza era n'abatwala mu emergency room y'eddwaliro eryo gye bazuula.
What was your first observation?
My lord, my first observation was 3 bodies covered with a red bed sheet, all laid on the emergency bed, emergency admission bed.
Mu room eyo yasangayo emirimu gy'abagenzi 3 egy'abaana nga gyonna gyali gibikiddwa amasuuka agaali aga kiragala ng'era gyali bagitadde ku bitanda eby'eddwaliro eryo.
Yes.
My lord, on the next page, I attached the photos clearly showing the details on how I found the bodies.
Era ku page eyo kwe kuli ebifaananyi engeri gye yasangamu emibiri gy'abagenzi egy'abaana abo.
My lord, the photos show the bodies in situ, and the second photo shows the bodies lying by spine position on the same bed.
After what activity?
Nti mu kifaananyi ekyo kiraga ekimu nga ekifaananyi kikubiddwa ku mpimpi then n'ekirala ng'abaana emibiri egyo bagyebasiza kyabugazi.
My lord,
So the first photo is in situ and
situ.
the second?
my lord, the first photo is in situ, and the second photo
Is on page what? That's on the one on page. Now this one doesn't seem to have a page.
My lord, where is it?
is on page 25, from 24 to 25.
Is it marked 25?
No, it is not
So
marked
why are you
25.
saying 25?
It doesn't have a page,
It's-
but
it's a page
it is
after-
between
after which
24 and
page?
26.
It is a page after 24 and 26, between 25 and 26.
So this is the in situ image.
Yes, my lord.
Okay.
In situ and what? There are two photographs, Soko. Please explain to court what you already said. The first photo, it was in situ as found. How about the second one?
My lord, the second photo is showing the exact appearance of the three bodies.
Okay, you're saying the second photo you uncovered the bodies. Is that what
Yes.
you're saying?
Yes, my lord.
Okay.
ekifaananyi ekisooka kyakubibwa abaana abo abagenzi nga bwe baabasanga nga babikkiddwa essuuka eyali eya kiragala, then ekifaananyi ekyokubiri nga bamaze okubeera nga babikkulako essuuka eyo nga beebase kyabugazi.
Next.
My lord, these bodies were respectively marked The bodies were respectively marked as 32, 37, and 39.
Era emibiri gy'abaana abo abagenzi bagimakinga 32, 37 na 39.
Mr. Mutaka, did you ascertain who body 32, 37, 39 was? Did you ascertain the identities of these bodies that you marked by those numbers?
My lord, we ascertained the bodies, 32 being Eteku Gideon, 37 being the body of Seluyang Ignatius, and body 39 being a body of Agenoroth Otim Keisha.
Who gave you that information?
My lord, this information was filled from the caretaker, Namutebi Feibe.
Nti yasobola okutegeera amannya g'abaana abo nga yagambibwa Namutebi Feife nga omulambo gw'omwana gwe bamakinga 32 yali Etegu Gideon, then owa 37 yali Seruyanga Ignatius, owa 39 yali Agenoroth Otim.
What is on page 37?
Page 37?
27, my lord. Beg your pardon.
My lord, on page 27, there are two photographs attached showing, the first photograph shows the body of one Seluyange Ignatius lying in a prone position with a deep cut around the neck region. And the second photo, marked 39, showing the body of Agenoroth or Tim Keisha lying in spine position.
Agambye ku peegi eya 27 kuliko ebifaananyi bibiri ng'ekisooka kyali ky'omubiri omwana omugenzi yali Seruyange yali nga asaliddwa ku bulago bwe, then ekifaananyi ekirala ekyokubiri kye bamakinga 39 basangako Agenoroth Otim Keisha nga bombi nga yali yeebase naye kya bugazi.
Did you do any other thing with the body apart from marking and photographing them?
My lord, all the three bodies, we picked blood samples from all the three bodies. And we also swabbed all the three bodies respectively.
Did you mark the swabs?
My lord, the swabs were marked respectively as 32-1 from body 32, 39-1 from body 39, 37-1 from body 37,
ayongedde n'agamba nti era ku mibiri egyo esatu egy'abaana abo abagenzi basobola okubaggyako omusaayi era ne omusaayi buli mwana kati ng'owa 32 ne bamakinga 32-1 owa 37-1 n'owa 39-1.
My lord, those were blood samples. However, the swabs were also marked 32-2 from body 32, 39-2 from body 39, and 37-2 from body 37.
Officer, what's the difference between the blood samples and the swabs?
My lord, the blood samples, we take the DNA traces for the deceased. However, the swabs, we are looking for any foreign DNA on that body.
We are not looking for the results. Court wants to know the difference. When you say you took blood, then you also swabbed. What exactly did you take? For blood, how did you take the blood? And for the swabs, what did you take?
My lord, for the blood, for the swab of the blood, we pick the real blood
So
sample.
which one do you want to begin with, blood or swab?
Let me begin with my lord. Let me begin with the blood.
Okay.
The blood is taken direct from the cut wound area.
Yes.
And the swab, it was picked from the facial area.
agambye nti omusaayi gwe bajja ku baana abo bagujja mu kifo ekyo we baali basala oba ku kiwundu awo then ziri swab ne bazijja mu feesi z'abaana abo.
Yes. Proceed.
Proceed.
My lord, their clothing were also recovered. From all the three bodies, the clothing were recovered and marked respectively.
Marked what? Respectively.
My lord, clothes recovered from body 32 were marked as 32-4 and 32-5. My lord, 32-2 and 32-4 and 32-5, I mean the shirt and short for the deceased. 37-4 and 37-5 from body 37 and 39-4 and 39-5 from body 39.
agambye nti basobola okufuna n'engoye ku baana abo abagenzi bonna abasatu ng'era owa 32 bamusanga nga ali mu saati n'empale ennyimpi ne babimakinga 32-4 ne 5 then kyekimu ne kuwa 37 na 39.
What else did you do?
My lord, after examination on the three bodies, these bodies were picked from the hospital and conveyed to KCCS State Mortuary for post-mortem.
Do you know who took the bodies for post-mortem?
My lord, the bodies were handed over to UP 00203 on police form 48A, 48B, and they were conveyed to State Mortuary Mulago.
Which motor vehicle?
UP 00203.
nti nti emibiri gy'abaana abo abagenzi gyatwalibwa emmotoka eyali eya poliisi eya up 00203 ng'era gyatwalibwa mu ggwanika.
Yes.
My Lord, I move to custody of exhibits. 5.0 is custody of exhibits.
Yes.
My Lord, 5.1 is a PF17A field. Relevant exhibit submitted to forensic laboratory. Reference to lab number. To lab number DFS. Stroke CI stroke 1 stroke 156 2026. DFS stroke tox stroke 02 stroke 020 stroke 023 stroke 2026.
We are writing. So, can you repeat, please?
My Lord, lab numbers, reference lab numbers number, DFS, stroke CI,
Yes.
stroke 1 stroke 156 stroke 2026, comma, DFS stroke tox stroke 02023 stroke 2026, comma, then a DFS stroke DNA stroke 164 stroke 2026.
Mr. Mtaka, do you know who submitted these recovered exhibits for laboratory examination?
All exhibits were submitted by Inspector Semanda, the investigating officer.
Ebizibiti ebyo byaweebwayo mu labu yaabwe nga biweebwayo omusirikale yakola kunoonyeza musango guno nga yayitibwa Semanda.
Is that all that you did?
My Lord, I also went ahead to draft a sketch of the scene.
Okay, other than the sketch plan, did you do anything else?
My Lord, after the exercise of processing the scene, I handed over the scene to the area OC for guarding.
Okay, other than that, Mr. Mtaka, anything else?
My Lord, after processing the entire scene, I went back to the station and started on making the crime scene report.
And you say you signed this report on which pages?
I signed the report on all the pages, appears my signature.
Okay.
Agambye nti yakuba sketch oba ekitundu ekyengeri gye kyali kifaananamu era bwe yamaliriza ekitundu ekyo n'akiddiza osi w'ekitundu ekyo okubeera ng'akikuuma era n'addayo n'abeera ng'akola alipoota ye nga ku alipoota ye yali yateekako omukono ku buli page.
My Lord, that's all from Mr. Mtaka.
Okay, you want to cross-examine him?
Yes, my lord.
Please go ahead and cross-examine him.
Mr. Mutaka, did you swap to lift any fingerprint from the knife and any other item found at the scene?
My Lord, on the recovered knife at the scene, we didn't lift any fingerprint.
azzeemu n'agamba nti ku bwambe bwe bazuula oba bwe baasanga tebaasangako byenkumu byonna.
That's all, my lord.
Any re-exam?
So you say you never recovered,
He never
You-
lifted.
you never lifted fingerprints on the knife of the handle. Did you undertake any exercise to aid your investigation?
No, that does not. Where is
My
that
lord,
one coming from,
Yes,
Mr.
I'm
Morgan?
actually struggling to make it better.
My,
So,
Maybe he would.
Yes.
He could tell us why he didn't lift the fingerprints.
okay. Most obliged, my lord. Why didn't you lift fingerprints? I would rather advise that you concentrate on the questions.
my lord, I did not lift fingerprints from the knife because the knife had a rough surface at the blade. And it also had a rough surface at the handle. And my lord, by principle, we don't lift fingerprints from rough surfaces. That's why I didn't lift the fingerprint from the knife.
Agambye nti tebasobola kubeera nga bajja ebyenkumu ku bwambe obwo olw'ensonga nti tebasobola kujja byenkumu byonna ku kitundu ekibeera nga kibeera kizibu okujja nga biri lwafu.
Okay, is there any other question?
My lord, that's it. That's it.
Mr. Remind me of your name.
Mutaka.
And
Mr. Mutaka, thank you so much for coming,
my lord.
and thank you so much for doing this work.
Thank you, my lord.
Do you have any other question? Any other witness coming?
Yes, my lord.
Let's
We-
have him or her before we break off for,
Okay.
for lunch.
Let's have the next. My lord,
Where has the witness gone?
my lord, may we ask for just 10 minutes?
Okay, we break off for 10 minutes and be back here
Most
at
obliged.
5 minutes to 3.
Kkooti egenda kumulamu eddakiika 10.
Yes.
I recover exhibits from the scene of crime.
Yes.
I draw the sketches at the scene of crime.
Yes.
I ensure that the exhibits recovered from the scenes of crime are handed over to the respective investigating officers to be delivered for analysis.
And how do you document?
By documentation, I mean I document by taking photographs at the scene of crime and also by note taking.
Okay.
And lastly, by sketching.
Interpret.
Yagambye amannya ge ayitibwa Mutaka Jim ng'era alina emyaka 32 nga musiraamu, era nayongera n'agamba nti musirikale wa poliisi ng'akolera ku poliisi y'e Kabalagala, nga ye omirimu gy'akola ye musirikale wa poliisi abakola kunoonyereza mu kifo ekyo abawaddizibwa omusango ogwo, ng'era poliisi y'e Kabalagala yakakolerawo emyezi 9, naye omulimu gw'okunoonyereza mu bifo abawaddiza omusango poliisi yakagikolera emyaka 4. N'agamba emirimu gye ye nga gy'akola agenda mu kifo ekyo baba waddizibwa omusango oba ku siini, n'agamba nti nno ku siini eyo afunawo ebizibiti by'abeera asanzeewo, n'agamba nti nno era akubawo sketch oba ebifaananyi bya siini engeri baba bafaananamu, n'agamba nti nno ebizibiti by'aba afunyeewo abiwa abasirikale ababa bakola kunoonyereza ku musango ogwo nayobekebejja, n'agamba nti nayongera n'agamba nti era akuba n'ebifaananyi ng'akozesa zikamera, n'agamba nti era abaako n'ebyabawandiise ye n'omukono gwe ebyo byabeera azudde ku siini eyo.
I also do report writing and I submit them to case files.
Mr. Mutaka, how are you in position to identify reports, scene of crime reports authored by yourself?
Yes, my lord.
I'm saying how, I asked.
How?
How are you in position to identify scenes of crime reports that you authored?
My scenes of crime report bear my particulars, my names, and my signature.
In this particular case before court, what role did you play?
In this particular case, I visited the scene of crime. I processed the scene of crime.
Okay. We visited the scene of crime. Where was that scene of crime?
I want you, as you speak, you imagine you are writing your words. Otherwise, it's going to be difficult.
In this particular case, I visited the scene of crime at Early Childhood Development, Gaba. I processed the scene of crime. After processing, I made a scene of crime officer report. All the recovered exhibits, after recovering them, I handed over to the investigating officer for further management.
What did you do? You made a report, and then after that?
After making a report,
Can you speak a bit?
yes. I'm saying I made a report. After making a report, all the recovered exhibits I had recovered from the scene, I handed them over to the investigating officer.
I want you to look at the document and tell court if you recognize it. Let's save time, please.
My Lord, I recognize the document before me as a crime scene examination report on the alleged case of murder.
Was it made by you?
My Lord, the report was made by me because it bears my signature and my particulars.
In respect of which case?
In respect of alleged case of murder, Vaidigaba Police Station, CRB 026 of 2026.
Could you please interpret that?
Agambye nti nno waba amaze akomekeza ng'akoze alipoota ne babuuzibwa nti alipoota asobola atya okutegeera nti ye n'agamba asobola okugitegeera ng'alabyeko amannya ge ne we yateeka omukono n'agamba ye ku musango guno gwennyini oguli mu kkooti yagenda mu kifo ekyo ewaddizibwa emusango ogwo ku Early Childhood Development Center Development ekisangibwa Gaba n'agamba era ne yeekebejja ekifo ekyo kyennyini n'akola alipoota ku ebyo bye yazuula ng'era n'ebizibiti bye yajja mu kifo ekyo n'abiwaayo ku musirikale yakola kunoonyereza mu musango guno oguli mu kkooti n'ayongera n'agamba nti alipoota eyo emuweereddwa yeeyo yennyini eyiye kubanga kuliko amannya ge naawe we yateeka omukono gwe ku guno omusango oguli mu kkooti ogw'okutta ogwali ogwa CRB namba 26 ey'omwaka gwa 2026.
My Lord, I pray to tender the report as an exit.
What is the date of the report?
My Lord, the report I printed it on the 10th of April 2026.
Who is responding? Ms. Awelo? Any objection?
Lord, we have no objection.
Agambye nti alipoota eyo yagikola ng'ennaku z'omwezi 10 omwezi ogwokuna omwaka gwa 2026 era oludda olw'omusibe ne tebakawanyiza alipoota eyo okuweebwayo mu kkooti ng'ekizibiti ky'oludda oluwaabi.
Mr. Jim, where is the date on this report?
My Lord, it was a typo.
What is a typo?
My Lord, it was a typing error.
Where is the
Where
date?
is the typo?
Well, it was supposed to be on the first page, but it was missed out.
So it is on which page? Doesn't have a date.
Yes, madam. Yes, my Lord.
Is it a typo or you omitted the date? Which one are you telling court?
My Lord, the date was just missed out.
It was missed out or you did not put it?
My Lord, the date was missed out in the typing.
Okay, I have admitted this report and it is marked PEX 10.
Yes.
Most
Kkooti
obliged.
ekkiriza alipoota eyo ng'ekizibiti eky'ekkumi eky'oludda oluwaabi.
Do you need this?
My Lord, he could work through our copy if court is okay with it.
Okay.
So, Mr. Mutaka, I want you to tell court what happened on the 2nd April 2026.
My Lord, on the 2nd of April,
Try to
2026.
speak through the microphone because what you're saying is being recorded.
My Lord, the report, my Lord, on the 2nd of April, 2026, at about 11:30, 100 hours, I was instructed by the Divisional CID Officer Kamalagala Detective S. James, Detective ASP S. James, to respond together with the homicide team to a crime scene of suspected murder
Where was the crime scene?
at Early Childhood Development Program Daycare Center. At Gavamakinje Division in the Kampala district.
What did you do upon receiving those instructions?
My Lord, following the communication, I organized the SOCO components and kit. And the team that comprised of myself and the detective and DC Adero Esther.
And where and what followed after organizing the team and your kit?
My Lord, immediately we joined the homicide team and responded to the crime scene on UP 00203. My Lord, on arrival,
Interpretation.
Please interpret.
Agambye ng'ennaku z'omwezi 2 omwezi ogwokuna mu mwaka gwa 2026 ku ssaawa 5 n'eddakiika 3 yafuna ebiragiro okuva ewa mukama we oweKabalagala ku poliisi ayitibwa James okubeera ng'agenda ku siini oba awewattibwa abaana ku Early Childhood Development Center esangibwa Eggaba mu division y'e Makinde mu district y'e Kampala. Ye era n'ayongera n'agamba nti ye bye yakola nti yafuna ebyo ebintu by'aba alina okuba ng'akozesa mu kifo ekyo, n'agamba n'afuna ne ttiimu ye ng'era kwaliko n'omukyala ayitibwa Esther.
So what happened on arrival?
My Lord, on arrival, our team was engaged by the charged committee members.
Sorry?
I'm going to request you one more time to use the microphone. Please let us not remind you.
My Lord,
Exactly.
on arrival, our team was engaged by the charged committee members who had turned very angry and aggressive.
Take us to the crime scene. What you did as a SOCO.
My Lord.
Okay, so what did you find? Let's complete that. What did you find at the crime scene? No, I'm not asking you to read anywhere. I'm asking you to tell court what did you find.
My Lord, on our arrival, we found a highly charged mob who are very angry and aggressive with the intention of reaching the suspect.
I was in the office.
Yes.
I got information from OC station that a certain man,
From the OC
station of Kabalagala,
Please interpret.
Agambye bambuuziza nti omwami oba amanyi amannya ge n'agamba nti agamanyi ng'era ayitibwa Christopher Okelo Onyum, n'agamba nti ng'ennaku z'omwezi
that a certain man has attacked a daycare school in Gava. Immediately, I mobilized my team of detectives.
a certain man. Let's write that. So you mobilized?
Mobilized a team of detectives, scene of crime officers, and other uniformed officers in preparation to respond to the scene. After the mobilization, we booked out to Gava.
Okay.
ayongedde n'agamba nti yali yafuna obubaka obwo nti waliwo ku ssomero erimu erya Dekeya erisangibwa Eggaba nti waliwo omusajja omu asse abaana bana era mu mangu ddala n'ategeka ttiimu ye nga kuliko n'abo ababa banoonyereza mu kifo ekyo baba watuusiddwako omusango ogwo n'abasirikale abalala era ne beeyongerayo mu kifo ekyo Eggaba.
Do you remember the SOCOs that you mobilized?
Yes, my lord. The SOCOs I mobilized, one was a Detective Assistant Inspector of Police, Mutaka Jimmy, Detective Constable Adero Esther, those are the two SOCOs that I moved with.
About the detectives?
The detectives, the ones I moved with was the Detective Inspector Sema Ndatwaha, Detective Constable Atube Francis, I also moved with the Detective Constable Imbisiwe Cyrus, Detective Constable Abango Scovia, among others.
agambye abamu ku abo be yatambula nabo mu ttiimu ye kwaliko abo abasirikale abanoonyereza mu kifo ekyo awawaddizibwa omusango ogwo nga bali babiri. N'agamba kwaliko Mutaka Jime ne kubeerako ne Adero Esther n'abalala abakolera mu by'okunoonyereza kwaliko Semanda Twala ne kubeerako Francis Ahimbisibwe Cyrus Ampango Scovia n'abalala.
Yes, James, you say you booked out to Gaba.
Yes, my lord.
Proceed.
Yes, on arrival at Gaba, at the scene, we found a huge crowd of community members who had responded
Yes.
The community members were highly charged.
Okay. Yes.
Yes,
What else did you find?
at the scene, my lord, I managed to trace for one of the officers at Gava, that is the OC station of Gava. My main aim of tracing for him was to get a brief from him on what had happened.
What did he brief you?
The OC station of Gava briefed me
What is his name?
is the ASP Kiria Dison.
Kyria
Dison. Dison.
Dison.
Yes.
What did he brief you?
Kiria briefed me that a certain person attacked a daycare school and killed the children. He told me out of the 4 children who were killed, 3 had been rushed to Wenzi Medical Center, and it is only one whose body was still at the scene.
Nti we baatuukayo mu kifo ekyo ekisangibwa e Gaba basanga nti enkumu y'abantu nga bali mu kifo ekyo, era n'agezaako okubeera ng'anoonya OC eyali akulira polisi y'e Gaba okubeera nga amuyitiramu biki ebyo ebyali byatuuseewo, nga OC oyo ow'e Gaba yali ayitibwa ASP Kiria Dison eyamutegeeza n'amugamba nti waliwo omuntu omu alumbye essomero eryo erya daycare n'atta abaana, naye kwaba abaana be yatta abasatu bali batwaliddwa mu ddwaliro erya Wentz nga omu ye yali already nga wali awo ku scene nga mufu.
Any other briefing?
Another briefing from Chiria was that the person who killed these children had been arrested by the security of the school, and he was kept at their security room within the school.
What followed?
Having gotten that brief, together with the DPC, we embarked on a process of clearing the scene, that is sending away the members of the community who had gathered.
Where had the community gathered at the scene?
the community had mainly gathered around the road leading to the scene. Of clearing the scene, that is sending away the members of the community who are the briefing. Another briefing from Chiria.
Biki ebyo byali byatuuseewo nga OC oyo ow'eggaba yali ayitibwa ASP Chiria Bison eyamutegeeza n'amugamba nti waliwo.
At the scene we found a huge crowd of community members who had responded scene. Started the process of examining and documenting the scene.
Can you say that?
After clearing the scene of crime officers immediately started examining and documenting the crime scene.
What do you do for a living?
I am a police officer.
Police officer attached where?
To Kabalagala Police Division.
What do you do at Kabalagala Police Division?
At Kabalagala Police Division, I work as the Division CID officer.
For how long have you been divisional CID officer at that place?
Close to 8 months.